agent to go.
Those problems.
So the three-step process, right? Yeah.
Those are gimme. Right?
But I think
that's like me telling my manager that I only will have a job for the next 12 months. What else do I do after that? These are all difficult problems.
Yeah, difficult problems.
Yeah. You don't start thinking about it now. It's all the conversational chatbots. There are 2,000 plus companies that are out there.
Right.
How many of them really solve this problem? Not many. So I thought there would be a perfect opportunity to throw this on this table and get the creative juices going.
And I think it's not an easy problem to solve, right? If it was, we'd all be some of us would be billionaires, right? The next billionaires, right, buying Google, right? But it is a difficult problem to solve. But I think it's an iterative problem that has to be solved. Right, so your example of, if my flight's been, my business meeting was late, I've missed my flight. What's the policy for the hotel, right? Short of sorry. Well, I think then it goes down into the data and how indexed is the data, how indexed is the document, right? And then is it a structured or is it an unstructured document? So it's much easier if it's a structured document, right? Travel policy. If you're a L1 sales rep, this is your policy. You get to stay at a Motel 6. Whereas if you're Vinay, you get to pick the top of the line Marriott, yeah, right. So I think that's where the codification comes in, right.
It's like we have solved this problem in the past many times, in the sense that when you were in mainframe, as soon as the client computing came in, everybody wanted that, so they started building a wrapper or something like that, right? So there is something out there, just that we just need to penetrate what that is.
I think it goes back to what he was referring to. I mean, like, look at the networking industry. I mean, like, based on the IP address, the device validation, the device security and everything actually comes into play, which goes back to the same thing. I mean, it's obviously a difficult thing, from that perspective. But like, that's the reason I was saying, like, if the cloud native, a company which has actually evolved into last 5 years, assuming that they have put all those documents and everything into a cloud environment, very well indexed, is it easier for them to do that? That's I mean, again, I don't know. It's easier or not, but because one thing which we observe is that newer organizations are not implementing or customizing, let's say, enterprise applications as the old organization. And when old means like the organizations which actually used to have on-prem systems, they don't do that. Like, I mean, you see likes of Airbnb and the Ubers of the world, they have not implemented, large monolithic applications and customized them. I mean, they've actually adopted the business. I mean, they've customized the business processes. So that's the reason I was asking, like, is it easier for them?
I don't know how many. Here's my counter to that, right? How many companies have been born in the last 5 years? Yep. And what market segment are they in? And how much penetration can you do? And I would say probably 5% or 8%. I don't know. The gurus are out there, but still 90% of the market is still not penetratable because it is like monolithic the way it's being structured. I can't speak to the 5-year-old company because mine is almost like 26-year-old company.
When we go to these conferences, most of the examples that we keep repeatedly hearing of is Uber and B&B, nothing beyond that. And that is primarily one of the reasons why when we look at these born digital companies and try to learn from them, large organizations, when they try to implement something similar, very soon realize that what they are trying to attack at legacy is not solvable in a short period of time. And that is why they have those born digital initiatives within the umbrella of the organization that they want to speed up. So just to showcase that easy wins are there. So that's one way of kind of getting it out of the window, but it again creates a new legacy, so to speak, that there are two kinds of organization existing within the larger organization.
And so to what you just said, right, the client I was working with, our suggestion to was actually started a clean room team, actually bring in a combination of us, their people, and actually work together on a clean and complete environment for clean systems, rather than trying to retrofit new technology into their own technology. So while it's not we're trying to avoid a big bang, but essentially there is a point we have to say, what we had yesterday was great, served us well, thank you very much, but now you need to go to something new. I mean, how many of you guys have mainframes today? have
I
a
don't think-
mainframe running.
I don't think in this room there'll be anyone.
No.
Oh, you do have?
We work for DoD, so.
Oh, okay.
I have a financial services client I went to visit. I was there last week. They still write assembly language in their mainframe. They can't get rid of it. It's so much ingrained into their DNA. There's a car company. There's a lot of car companies that I work with. They're still running mainframes today. They just it's ingrained into their DNA. So the only way you can
Every one of them.
the only way you can change it is by essentially saying, hey, you've got to start a new company or a clean room and essentially build from scratch.
And how many companies get on the journey by putting everything on stock?
Yeah.
All right, I think we